There are a bunch of really good fantasy books coming out this fall, so let's talk about them. So hi and welcome back, my fellow fantasy book lovers, or if you're new here, hi and welcome. My name is Kathy and I'm a fantasy book lover from Belgium. For today's video, I have a list of books that I'm looking forward to picking up this fall that are releasing in September, October, November. So let's get into the list. Up first are a few books that have already released at the moment of airing this video, but I still wanted to mention them because they are quite like heavy hitters, I think, in the fantasy scene. The first book that I have to mention has been everywhere on my feed, and it is Alchemised by SanLinYu. This is apparently Dramione fan fiction. I'm not sure if I'm telling you that right. And this is the Manacled 2.0, or like the thread published version of it. This is a massive chunk of a book, and I'm first gonna wait until a few other people have read it so I can decide if I want to launch myself into this chunk of a book, or if enough of you want me to read it, I will read it for your entertainment so we can make a video about it. A lot of people have really been hyping up this book, so I'm very curious to where it goes. Another book that's also already released, I think by this time, is Among the Burning Flowers by Samantha, Shannon. This is the 0.3 or 0. I don't know what. It is another prequel in the Priory of the Orange Tree and A Day of Fallen Night books, so I'm not sure. I also have to admit that I started reading A Day of Fallen Night, couldn't get into it because, well, you know what's gonna happen at the end of the book. So I'm not sure if I will pick up this book or not, but if you're a big Samantha Shannon lover and if you love this series, then now you know that there's another book out as well. There is also another Naomi Novik book out. It is called The Summer War. So The Summer War is a novella by Naomi Novik, and it is a young witch who has inadvertently cursed her brother to live a life without love, and she must find a way to undo her spell. So this feels like something I might like, and especially because it's a novella, I think I might read this. I really did enjoy the writing style of Naomi Novik when I read the Temeraire books, so I also have 2 other books by her on my shelves. Maybe I should do like more Naomi Novik reading, but I'm really curious about this book, and it was released on September 16th. Also on September 16th is a new Veronica Roth book. This is the author who wrote When Among Crows, which was a short novella, and the next book is also one. It is To Clutch a Razor, and as with the other one, I'm not gonna look into it because the premises of the book usually tells you almost everything that happens in these books, so I would prefer going in blind, and because I know I really enjoyed the other book, I'm just gonna pick this one up and read it. And the last book that is already out at the moment of recording this video is the newest Kimberly Lemming book, My Boyfriends Are All Monsters, and it was released on the 23rd of September. Now, Kimberly Lemming writes romantasy with characters that are not your typical main characters, so they have colored skin, they are not super skinny, they are not super young, and it is always like, I'm not gonna say monster romance, but it's a lot of shifter romance. So I have her Meet Mishaps series that I absolutely love, so I have very high hopes for this book. And it is like, yeah, it is fantasy romance with a lot of smut, basically. So I hope this is in the same line because they serve as very good palate cleansers to me. And then the 2 books that still have to be released during the month of September. The first one is A Steeping of Blood by Hafsah Faizal. And this is the book 2 in the Blood and Tea series. So book 1 was A Tempest of Tea. Now I remember reading this book and getting very much the vibes of the band of misfits that is in Shadow and Bone. And it felt a little bit YA, so I want to let you know that the second book in this series is coming out, but I will unfortunately not be reading it because I found it not to be what I enjoy anymore, and that's perfectly fine. And then the last book of September to come out is on the 30th of September, and it is Princess of Blood by Sarah Hawley. It is the second book in the Servant of Earth series. The series is called The Shards of Magic, and this is fae fantasy, but how I like it to be. So I'm gonna see if on the 30th, because I am working near a bookshop in Brussels on the 30th, if I can maybe pick it up on release day, because I'm very much looking forward to continuing this series because I really enjoyed book 1. And for the month of October, the only book on my radar is Made by Ali Hazelwood. So if you have picked up Bride, this is probably going to be extremely similar to that one. I did enjoy Bride, and I'm probably going to pick up Made as well because, well, you know, Ali Hazelwood has a very fluid writing style. She is a romance author who now has turned to write fantasy romances as well. Some people really love her writing style. I think it's okay. I don't think I would ever pick up any of her other books, but the paranormal or fantasy romance that she writes is quite okay. And then we get to my absolute favorite month of the year, November. And if you need to know anything at all about me, is that I'm obsessed with J. Kristoff. I have entire shelf dedicated to the entire Empire of the Vampire series, and book 3 is releasing. Empire of Dawn is releasing on the 6th of November, if the updates are still correct, and I am so ready for it. I've pre-ordered my hardcover signed copy, I've pre-ordered my Illumicrate special edition, I also ordered the colored version of book 2 that has finally been announced, so yeah, I'm all about it. I'm super excited for this. This is going to be the book that I will read the moment it releases. I will even take like a few days off during November so I can really take my time for it. Can you tell I'm really hyped about this book? If you haven't started reading Empire of the Vampire yet and you want to know what it's about, it is books that are written in an interview style. So we have our main character who has been captured at the start of book 1. He's called Gabriel de Leon and he is the last surviving Silver Saint. Now, what are Silver Saints? Silver Saints are the offspring of vampires and humans that didn't want to turn vampires and evil, but instead use their half-vampire, half-human powers to fight against the vampires. The world is covered in a day's dead situation, so basically the day has died. Big clouds, there is no sunshine, and the humans that are still surviving are trying to survive the vampires that are hunting them. So there's like small colonies and cities, but like humans are being hunted and used as cattle, mainly for the vampires. There's also other types of shifters. There is a lot of fighting happening. These books are cruel, but not just for the sake of being cruel. It's just showing you how this world is. The vampires are not overly romanticized. Yeah, I love it. Our main character is very sarcastic as well. There is a lot of dark humor in these books, and the author has the most amazing playlists for every book. So what is there more to love? So yeah, I am extremely excited about Empire of the Dawn releasing in November this year. And then there's 2 other books also releasing in November that are of course going to be overshadowed by Empire of the Dawn, but still I want to mention them. The second book of the Quicksilver book series by Kelly Hart is coming out. The second book is going to be called Brimstone and it is releasing on November 18th. And of course there's another cozy fantasy coming out by Travis Baldree. It is the 3rd book in the Legends and Lattes series. This one is called Brigands and Breadknives. I don't know if it's another prequel, if it follows on one of the books, I don't know. I'm not gonna look into it too much. I know I will really enjoy the book nonetheless. So these 3 books for November are all 3 on my TBR and very high on my TBR. I will for sure read Empire of the Dawn first and then everything else. But this fall so far is turning out really great in terms of new releases. Feel free to let me know in a comment down below if there's a new release that I've missed that I should have a look at. And of course you can also let me know which of these you are most looking forward to. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. And of course, if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I aim to make 2 videos a month and I would love to have you for every single one of them. Thank you so much for watching and happy reading. Bye!